Hi, you've tuned into Jackie and the Other Side of Beauty. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoyed today's video. And for those of you that are returning, it's always good to have you back. In today's video, I am going to do a monthly favorites. Um, I don't do these very often, so this is my second one in a row. But I don't have a lot of products because I did a massive favorites last month. But I did want to talk to you about some of the products that I really enjoyed using during the month of June. So if you're interested in seeing which products I was really into, then please keep watching. Okay, so we are going to jump right in. I'm trying to talk low so I'm not so loud on the microphone. I'm just loud. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video. Let's first talk about the foundations that I really loved. And I loved them all. I had some really good foundations for the month of May, but just a couple that I don't show much love to that I actually had a chance to do so, and they were just terrific. And one of them I'm wearing on my skin today, and I was just like, gosh, why did I never pick this one up? And that is the Phyto Tint Eclat foundation, and this is by Sicily. I had this in my shop, my stash, for such a long time. My friend Julia gave this to me, and I just never showed it much love. And even when I did wear it, I mixed it. But today, I don't know if I have a tan or what, but today I just wore it naturally, just the way it is, no mixing or anything. And it matched my skin really flawlessly. It looked so good. As I was blending it out, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this really looks good on the skin. And I don't know, I've gotten a chance to use it more in my Shop My Stash in May. And so this one is one that I'm definitely going to be pulling for more often. This is in the shade 7 Mocha. And this is a good foundation. I can see that I'm right here in it, but I got a long way to go. So you may just see this one popping up next month. The second foundation that I do want to talk about is by Hourglass, and it is the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. Now I know I have not had this in a favorites because it really wasn't, not until this month. Now, think you guys may have heard me. I think I remember talking about this, but this foundation looks so beautiful on the skin. It looks gorgeous. If you're looking for a full coverage, just glam looking, taking your makeup up a notch foundation, this is it. This is long wearing and it just makes your skin look flawlessly beautiful. Now, the reason I don't think it's been in any of my other favorites videos is because on my skin it's kind of dry and I have really normal skin with an oily T-zone. So I don't feel like my skin is dry. It's normal. And this says that this is a soft glow foundation. Um, because it's so drying on my skin, I don't really notice the glow. But what I do to make it work is I was using the YSL. Um, it was some kind of luminous face glow product. And it had something by YSL, the luminous something. I'll have to pop it up on the screen. Oh, but so when I put that on my skin first, it had such a nice glow that when I put this foundation on top, my skin didn't look dry at all. It made it just look hydrated and just made it look so pretty, so nice. And so that's how I get away with wearing this foundation now because it, like I said, it is a little drying on my skin. But if you have the same problem as well, if you wear this and you notice that your skin is looking dry, just try going in with maybe a luminous product underneath. Now that I've practically used up that YSL one, I think I will be continuing on with my Laneige glowy makeup serum. I think I will wear that and then put this on top. So just it's just how you prep your skin in order to get the results that you want. And like I said, this guys, if you haven't, pull it out and try it again because it is long lasting and your skin just looks, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you have to take a double take at your complexion, at your base. That's what I had to do. I was like, whoa, I said, this looks good. And there, it was some hours into the foundation. So this is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. And I'm glad I pulled it out again. It just makes me want to use it again and again. Next up, we're into concealers, and I have one concealer that I want to name in particular, and it is also by Hourglass. And I don't believe that you guys have ever seen this in a favorites. It's the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, and I have the shade Maple, and this is what it looks like. I think you guys have probably seen me use all of these products that we're talking about because this month, I feel so good about my Shop My Stash because I did those Get Ready With Me for Work videos, and you were able to see me using a lot of my products. Usually that doesn't happen because I just feel like I don't have enough time in the morning, or my eyes are too puffy. I don't want to get on camera in the morning. Just a bunch of excuses. But this in June, I was just like, I'm just going to do it so they can get some content and they can see my Shop My Stash products in action. So I have one more of those Get Ready With Me for Work videos to show you, and then we'll be off to our July Shop My Stash. But this concealer by Hourglass, like I said, I never really loved it. Again, this is what it looks like. But the reason I say I never really loved it is because I just felt like this shade was so bright. You know, um, here, here's a little snippet for you guys that watch creators, are your favorite content creators on YouTube. And you may buy the same products that they buy, but sometimes they just never look the same on you. And I watched some people wear this concealer, and I just never really liked the way it looked on me. We supposedly were the same foundation shades. I felt very confident in it, but it's all about what that creator is going for. And it never dawned on me at that time that some of the creators that I was following liked that highlighted under eye. And I did not. That was not the look. That was not my ministry. That just was, not that I liked more back then. I liked more of a almost skin tone look, but just a little bit more, but never that highlighty look underneath the eyes. And this is exactly what this concealer gave me. So I never really reached for it that much. It was just too bright. But for some reason and somehow, I keep going up and up and up in my concealers, brightness, more brightness, more brightness. And I don't know what that's about. Honestly, I don't know. It's just when I put one on and it's a perfectly good shade, for my under eyes, but I just am wanting a little bit more brightness. And again, I don't know what that's all about, but we're spending too much time on this. This turned out to be one of the concealers that I wore the most in June. I pulled this, and I had one of my favorites in there, the Lancôme. I love that one, but this one I pull for more times than not. And fun fact, that's not so fun, is this concealer I've had so long and not used it. It's expired. It's ugh, I can smell the paint thinner, and I kept on using it because I loved it that much. Y'all don't talk about me. I know it's expired, but I just feel like I was like, Jackie, you haven't even gotten your use out of this concealer because you never pulled it. But I feel like I definitely got my use out of it, and I am going to re-up, but I don't know if the shade is going to be the same because they have maple as 8.5 now. And this one that I have just says maple. So I don't know if that's going to be a match or if it's going to be the same. But if it's not, I can always send it back. But yeah, this one, I like this one a lot. And this one is very creamy, guys. It goes on so creamy. And that's what I like. So this one, it just held me down and I really liked it a lot. Now I always keep mentioning this under eye, my concealers look great. This one in this corner right here, I'm getting so much texture right in the inner corner. And I touched the top of my lid the other day, and I'm also getting texture on my lid in the upper corner. I don't know what that's about, but if you see me looking crazy, now you know. Okay, so next up, I want to talk about a setting spray. And I may have mentioned this to you guys in one of my Get Ready With Me videos as we were prepping for work. But this Lancôme Fix It, Forget It, I am so surprised and happily so. I had this and never reached for it. And I remember Rachel had mentioned to me that, yeah, this was a good one. And she's not kidding. This just is so good. I use this up because I don't normally pull that often for my Charlotte Tilbury one, but I'm gonna start pulling forward now because it's hot as Hades outside. I just before I turned the camera on, you guys, I was gonna say, I'm sorry if I'm looking a little dewy, but honey, the hot flashes are rolling through. It is so hot. My air conditioner's on, my fan is on. I'm feeling okay now that the hot flash has passed, but when it was coming on in, I was just like, oh my God, it's hot. So yeah, but this one just sets your makeup down, takes away the powdered look, and kind of leaves you with a little resilience look to your skin. I mean, not dewy, not glowy, just a little resilience to your skin. And I just like it. And I'm so ticked that I missed out on getting the full size when Sephora had it on sale. But Lancome, to my chagrin, they're always having a sale, so I know I'll be able to pick up the full size on sale pretty soon because I got my eye out on this one. This is so good, you guys. I have been loving this. My next one that is new to me, and let me just say, well, let me continue. It's the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3, and this is by Hourglass. Show you what it looks like right here. Now, I used this several times, but I will say the bronzer was very nice. The highlighter was very nice. The powder right here, maybe I need to try it a couple of more times, but I didn't really care for the powder all over the face. I thought it was doing too much and making me kind of have a gold cast. And so I didn't really like that. But I said I was going to try it again because maybe I was a little heavy handed with it. I'm not sure, but I definitely want to try it again just to be sure. But yes, right here. So this all over the skin was not my zhuzh. It was not. So when I try it again, maybe I'll use a even fluffier brush, not go in so much just to see because I don't want to have it just sitting there. But if all else fails, honey, I will use this as a highlighter because just looking at it on my skin looks like it would be a pretty highlighter in color, but it has the consistency of a powder, like a face powder though. But yeah, I'll find a way to use it for sure, but I do want to try to dust it over the face again just to see if maybe I went in too heavily or what the problem was. But I do like it. Now, what I was going to say is that I heard a content creator say, and I don't know if it's someone I follow or someone that follows me or what the deal was, but they said I don't use makeup that somebody else has used or worn. And maybe I was just in my feelings that day, but I kind of felt like that was directed at me. But let me say, I don't either. Okay. What I do, if I buy something, because I got this from eBay, it's like half the price, but I only buy products that are new in the box, never been swatched, never been touched, and that comes with their box. And when I still get it home, I will still sanitize it. But I don't buy products that have no box, been swatched, been on. I don't do that. I only buy new in the box, new products. And so, like I said, maybe I was in my feelings. Maybe I don't remember if that was someone that I follow or that follows me or none of the above. I don't remember. But let me just put that out there just so you know, I don't either. Now, next is I know you guys have seen me talk about this and are probably sick and tired of me talking about it. But for my fragrance, I just have to bring attention to this Prada. This is the Prada Paradox. Child, I think I'm having another hot flash. So okay. Whew. Child, I think I'm having another hot flash. Oh, it's gonna be a rough summer. This is the Prada Paradox. And I feel like I just talked to you guys about this one lately too. But this is so, so good, you guys. So, so good. Um, Let me see if I can remember. Let me look up the notes again because I want to be able to tell you guys the notes because this smells amazing. Okay, so this Prada fragrance is from the Warm Florals family. It says it has neroli bud, white amber, and white musk. And it smells delicious. It smells so, so good, you guys. I guess I am a floral fragrance girl, and this particular combination sends me over the edge. This smells so good. I love this. So, as I mentioned before, if you can get a sample of this or get your hands on this, I highly, highly recommend. And for my blush that I loved, and I use this and the Laura Mercier one like the most. But this one I think I use more than a Laura Mercier. It's what I have on my cheeks today. And it is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blush and Prima Donna. It just makes your cheeks come alive. I kind of wanted to use more of a pinky tone blush, and this was the one I picked, and I just used it almost relentlessly. I use this so, so much, and it's just a good blush. I mean, I think the the deal with the Yummy Skin is it goes on as a cream, but kind of settles down into like a powder form. Um, so like I can put my foundation on, my powder, and still put this right on top, and it doesn't disturb anything underneath, and it still shows up really nicely on the skin. So this, if you're looking for a pink blush, I do recommend this one. When I say this is pink, I would say that this is yeah, I would say that this is pink. But yeah, this is kind of looks like it's a corally pink. Kind of looks like it's kind of like a I don't know, pink. I'll just stick with pink. But yes, this is what I have on my cheeks today, and it just looks so pretty. So I reach for that more times than not. And it just, like I said, you don't have to underpaint with it. You can put this right on top of your foundation, your powder, all the things, and it still won't interfere with, maybe when you blend it out, it won't lift up your foundation underneath, or, it still blends out and it doesn't blend out patchy or anything. So that was definitely a favorite of mine. And next, let's talk about the two palettes that I loved. The palette that I have on my eyes today is not in my video today because I didn't wear it as much as I did this one that I'm going to talk to you about. And I also didn't want to, which I spoiled that theory with my hourglass, but I didn't want to have two palettes by the same brand. So I tried to break it up. But the palette that I'm talking to you about, one of them is the Natasha Denona Retro palette. Now I have the Natasha Denona Love palette on my eyes today. But this one is the Retro palette. Such a pretty, such a pretty palette. And I just love using this for work. I've used this so many times in the past, and it just is such a pretty palette to me. It's just so pretty. Um, I did go and pick up the mini retro palette and took it back quickly and in a hurry because that palette I did not like. And it's so funny because they don't carry the mini retro palette in store, but I saw so many in store where I guess people picked it up and then returned it because it just wasn't what they expected. And that was my thoughts on it exactly. So I just didn't like it. So this one I love. The full size one I love, and the looks are endless. You can do. Oh, I remember using this, and I did the cool tone look with it. Yes, and many others, but that's what I did with this palette, and I loved it so so much. It was when I did the tear um, cushion foundation, and I filmed two videos in one, and one of them was the eye look, which was a cool tone look using this palette. And yeah, this is just so pretty. I love this palette. So it had to be in today's video because I love the look I created with it. And next is the Anastasia Rose Metals palette. Now I know I have had this palette in my favorites before because this is just, I love pulling it. I just love the eye looks I can get with it. This is just a fave. And this is what this palette looks like. It's so, to me, this palette is so not me. And that could be why I love it so much. It's just not something that I think that I would have chosen, but yeah, I love this palette. I have pulled this so many times, more times than I can remember, just to use it. So this was one of my favorites. I had this on in a video not too long ago, and I think I did a video with you guys using this palette as well. So you already know I love this one. And lastly, now I know I have talked to you guys on end about this palette here. And my friend Lynette recommended it for me, and she did not steer me wrong. It is such a lovely palette, so easy and so effortless. And that is the Pat McGrath Labs. And this is the Voyeuristic Vixen palette. And again, this is by Pat McGrath. And this is the packaging of the palette. Just your standard lacquer palette, and with the her logo right here. It's looking like it's going to rain. I hope it does. And then this is, see how this shade shifts on camera. To me, it looks like it's a kind of a rosy tone, like a rose gold. But when I look at it in the pan, it is pure gold, gold, yellow gold. But it's so funny. I just never noticed that before. You guys, when I turn it this way, you can kind of see the gold, but head on, it looks like a rose gold. Never noticed that before. I mainly use this one and this one and this one. I because this looked to be gold in the pan. I never was inclined to choose this, but now doggone it, I might have to put it in my shop my stash for next month because this just totally fooled me. Huh? Who knew? But yes, I use this quite a bit. Love, love, loved it. This is such an easy palette, especially when you're in a hurry, but you want an amped up look or you want to do something beyond the norm. This is such a good palette to use. I mean, it looks so good on the eyes, you guys. And it looks like you put some time and effort into your look when this quad is bam, bam, bam. But I definitely, if you're going to go in with this shade here, definitely use the Pat McGrath Intensifies Wand or some glitter glue. You have definitely would benefit from that or you'll have fallout on your face, I'm sure. Because this is a glittery, but it's so smooth. Why am I acting like this is the first time I've ever touched this palette? It's so smooth. And this is the shade I was just telling you about. So smooth because I was gonna say it's definitely glittery. Oh, oh my gosh, look how, but I don't know that it's definitely glittery because this goes on so silky. I am shocked that this shade looks gold in a pan, but not on your eyes. This is a goodie. So we're down to our last few products, but this is called the Outset. I've never heard of this before. And it's a firming vegan collagen prep serum. And this came in with my order from Sephora. This is it right here. I tell you, I like this stuff so much. So, so much. I like that it's collagen. Uh, I like that it's a firming collagen serum. It's the kind of serums that I like that leaves your skin, with this luminous look to it. Because I've had some serums that you don't even know that you put anything on. Your skin looks just dry like it did before you even started. So this, I do like the consistency. The formula looks so good, but I've never ever heard this brand. But I still have some in here. I want another one of these. This is good. And this um, herbivore serum right here, I use this one. This was a good one too, you guys. This was a good one. I didn't like this one as much as I like the Outset, but I did like this one a lot as well. So I'm just making notes, thinking about which ones that when I'm able to, I'll repurchase. And lastly, for the serums, I finally got around to trying this one. I have a whole stash of these little samples. I don't know if I use my points and this is how they came. Like I got about 6 or 7 of these and they're packaged just like this. So I said, well, start using them. And this is Tatcha the Silk Serum. It says it has cranberry extract, retinol alternative. So I did have a chance to use this serum, and I really like this one too. This one was so good, but still, I can't get over how this one was like. Maybe it's because I'm using this one now and it's fresh on my mind, but I remember that I did like this one too. But this one is just standing out the most to me. This one was definitely a winner, but this one was a good one too. And I still have several more, so maybe I'll change my mind down the road. But yeah, right now I said that's probably, I don't know if I'll repurchase. I probably would. If I could, I probably would. Okay, the product that was a womp womp for me was this primer by Gucci. And it says it's a silk priming serum. It says it is a matte primer. On the website I looked and it said it's a matte primer. This is what it looks like. And again, it was on Womp Womp. I did not enjoy this as a mattifying primer. It just let me down. It did not keep my oils from breaking through on my T-zone, not necessarily or not even on my nose area, not on my cheek area, not on my forehead. It just didn't hold my oils at bay. What I ended up doing was grabbing another primer when I needed a mattifying primer from my drawer, which was the one by Pacifica. I know I've talked to you guys before about that primer, that I love it so much. But that primer, I know it was supposed to be a luxury shop my stash, but none of my primers were doing the trick. So I was very happy when I grabbed the Pacifica primer, that everything was Gucci. But until then, mm-mm. So this was not a good product for me. Maybe in the fall and winter time, I'll love this more, but right now it was a letdown for me. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I just remember one more womp womp, one more product that did not work for me. I want to mention it in today's video. Another product that I will not repurchase, along with the Gucci, is this broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the Invisible UV Flawless Primer. This, and I'm literally almost done with this. Like, as you can tell, I've been folding it up to get the product out. But this, if you guys remember, every time I was doing a video last month, I was constantly having to dab my eyes, and my eyes were just running, running, running. And this primer sunscreen is the culprit. Now, I tend to have eyes that tear up anyway, but this was like a faucet, and this is the culprit. I discovered it as I put it on because I was going down to the farm, and when I came home, I was on top of the bed doing something, and I had my ceiling fan on plus my oscillating fan, and it was just blowing the fumes from the product to I already had it on, but it was like it was blowing the fumes to my eyes, and my eyes just started running. And I was just like, I don't even have makeup on, nothing, I haven't done anything. And I finally realized it was this primer that was doing it. And so I just made the connection. Then I went in my bathroom, washed my face, and my eyes stopped running. I didn't have any more problem. As soon as I took the sunscreen off my face, my eyes stopped tearing immediately. So this, first of all, I thought when I purchased this that it was a mineral sunscreen. And I think upon my first look at this, or in the description or something, um, I never saw the ingredients that I try to steer away from when looking for sunscreens. But as soon as I got it to the house, when I looked on the back, I was like, oh no. You know, I generally purchase mineral. So this isn't even a mineral sunscreen. So I messed up with this one, but since I had it and it cost a pretty penny, I was determined to use it. So I would definitely not purchase this again because number one, it's not a mineral sunscreen. And number two, this just makes my eyes run like crazy. So finally figured out what that was about. So this is not on my repurchase list at all. So that is it for products that I will not purchase. So with that said, that does complete today's video going through my favorite products. So if you did enjoy today's video, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and ringing the notification bell. It just lets you know each and every time that I upload a video. So, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.